Hey guys, it's Josh here from Culture Cave, back with another video. I've got Kane with me this time.
Hey guys!
Again, so we are doing a review of Tomb Raider, the Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration edition. So we've both had this game for a few weeks now.
Yes.
Both gone through a fair bit of it, figured it's time to, get a bit of a review happening, talk a bit about our experiences with the game, and also just basically where we started off with Tomb Raider, the first time we played it, and how that compares and how it's evolved from where it was with Tomb Raider 1 up to Rise of the Tomb Raider, and from the original PlayStation to the PS4. So what did you think of, first of all, what do you think of the 20-year anniversary?
Yeah, really good. Really excited because whenever I see Tomb Raider, it always brings me back to my original days on the PS1. So
Yeah.
It's always fun and it's always good memories. So I'm sure I will always pick up anything that has Tomb Raider on it, so it's all good.
Yeah, no, I'm the same actually. Whenever it comes to, I kind of have an affiliation with Tomb Raider ever since playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Tomb Raider 1. It
Yes.
was blocky as hell with her triangle boobs. It was great. But it was it was a really good kind of first heroine action style, so especially in a video game as well.
Yeah,
and
true.
I remember battling those lions in the Great War, and I'm thinking, oh my god, this is so cool. You don't really get to see this very often.
That's right.
Doing backflips while shooting, a pair of double pistols. So
Yeah, and I suppose Tomb Raider is the one thing that started it all off in terms of, expeditions or adventure games. So that made way for Uncharted and everything like that.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think I was hesitant with Uncharted because I knew that it was going to be a bit too similar to Tomb Raider.
Yes.
And for me, there was only Tomb Raider, but Uncharted is a great series as well.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
But I think they've done a really good job with just kind of modernizing Lara a little bit, making her a bit more of a badass in this one. Have you had like a favorite moment so far when you've played it?
I'm trying to, without giving too much away, when I was trying to escape Trinity in the village, and you had to sort of run along these sort of wooden platforms and then jump, and there's rockets flying everywhere, and that
I remember that scene.
That was really cool. I was like, this is mad, this is good.
Yeah, I like when they do the big action set pieces, but she really takes a beating in all their games.
Oh, I know. Some of the stuff, I'm like, geez, I put it through the ringer. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is nuts. I'm thinking, dude, you would have not survived that in a real life scenario, but I'd like to think that, she inspires us all to be a bit adventurous in
that's
that regard.
true. Man, if I'd be hanging off a cliff, I'd just bloody be like, oh, no, I've lost my grip, I'm gone.
Yeah, we'll not last as long. We would not be holding on for dear life like she does. But I think it's actually, they've done it really well. I like the snow. They've really gone out in terms of the environment change.
Yeah.
Whereas the original, reimagination of Tomb Raider was all like in the jungle, and it was more of a forest survival mode. This time it's more, she knows what she's doing. She's more confident in her abilities, and you get straight back into it basically from where the last one left off. It's crazy, or it's almost like no time has passed since the first one to this one.
Yeah, that's true, exactly. And it's, the original one, the original of the reboot, really sort of blew me away in terms of what Square Enix did to it. So I thought it was a smart idea to sort of reboot the whole thing.
Yeah, I think that she needed a bit of an upgrade. I mean, the last games were great, and I loved the I suppose the crazy aspect of going to different places of the world and doing all these spy missions. And I suppose it was more mythical at the time. You'd be battling, I suppose stone creatures that came to life, or you'd be battling even a fucking dinosaur.
Yeah, I remember that. And you know what I remember? The bosses were always so hard. I remember...
Yeah.
I swear, I did have to use cheats at some point, I remember.
I think we all had to use cheats at some point.
I remember, I can't remember which one, was it the fourth one or something? There was a chick with a staff that had a green crystal in it, and she kept emitting some sort of...
Yeah, I think that was her main nemesis, and that was, almost impossible to beat with that. At least having like unlimited bullets or something to actually finish her off.
Oh, I remember that, and you had to keep jumping over, and every time she emitted that thing, it knocked you off and down the building, you died, and you're like, oh, let's start again.
Yeah, so this one they seem a little bit, they've gone for the more realistic approach, which I think is a lot better.
Yeah.
So, do you have a weapon of choice for her now? Because I love her bow.
I always go to the bow as well,
for me,
especially stealth-wise.
Yeah, stealth-wise, it's so good. I mean, having that kind of, because she was always, guns blazing first, shotgun, Uzis, using every kind of, automatic weapon possible. I think going back to a bow kind of brings it a little bit adds an extra element to it that didn't have before.
Yeah, definitely.
Made it a little bit more, I suppose, not challenging, but just interesting. Just kind of
Yeah.
gave her that kind of survival instinct. So she's kind of starting from scratch, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's also pretty cool in terms of how you can upgrade your weapons as well.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the upgrading, especially because, it's when you come across, bears or something like that. Which, by the way, some of them are really hard. I had to use my guns for some of them.
Yeah,
too.
I'm thinking as well, when you're coming up across a bear, you wouldn't be, having to shoot at least 50 times even with a pair of pistols.
Yeah, that's right.
Because yeah, exactly. I'm thinking any bear would not really survive like a shot to the head or something like that. But these bears, they must be on some kind of roids or something.
I know. I had to use like 5 poison arrows and then normal arrows. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, I'm thinking, poison arrows are great, but I don't understand how their bears are so tough. Maybe they just breed them wild in, wherever this game is based.
All over the place. It would be cool actually to see if they ever did a sort of map of where each of the Tomb Raiders been set. I'm pretty sure it would cover a lot of the world.
Yeah,
it'd be pretty cool.
Pretty much, they've been everywhere apart from here.
Yes,
I don't
that's true.
I don't think they've been to Australia yet.
Probably not enough caves or something. So I need to get into that.
Yeah, as I come across super strong kangaroos, maybe one day, you never know.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly.
Rise of the Outback Tomb Raider next. No, but what would you, in terms of like ranking, what would you give it so far? Just say out of our first time doing a ranking system, by the way, out of the blue.
Okay, cool. That's all right.
What would you give it?
I would give it like
out of 10.
Out of 10. Okay, so I would give it like an 8.5 out of 10. I reckon.
Yeah, I'll probably do around an 8.
Okay, cool.
I'll give it an 8, just purely because I think that there's still a lot more that they can do with the character without, because it's a great story, it's a great game, but I feel like you can add a few more elements, such as, I don't know, with this one it's purely based, not to give too much away, but there's so much level in the mountains. I think one thing I did miss was having that exploration element involved in terms of being outside of like a snow fields, that kind of thing. So
yeah, so I mean, all I've discovered at the moment, I think, is just the snow, and then the Syria. I think I went to.
Yeah, and that's still, I think, rather like ice based and snow based. I think I love the snow levels, and don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of what they've done with it. But it would be nice to see like, I don't know, like another rainforest level, or like what Uncharted did, and having like Africa in there, and having a desert involved, as well as having to infiltrate something like a building or a palace or something like that, just to kind of change up the environment or the scenery a little bit.
Yeah.
But in saying that, I can't really fault it other than that.
No, and look, Square Enix, they always do good games regardless. So
Yeah.
It's very rare that they bring out a crappy game.
Yeah.
And I think they've done Tomb Raider pretty good justice as well.
Yeah, and I love the cinematics that's involved in it as well.
Always good.
Square Enix and their graphics, they never really miss a beat, I don't think.
Yeah, no, that's true.
They've gone from strength to strength.
Yeah, one thing I think I thought halfway through the game is like, so I played most of the Tomb Raiders, then I played Uncharted, and then playing this again, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of the same themes across the games, which I suppose you can only do so much for these sort of things. But I was like, oh, well, you kind of played one expedition game, you played them all, sort of thing. But they're still good. They're still, regardless, my allegiance is always with Tomb Raider. I will always get a Tomb Raider game. Sort of
yeah, I think if they make a sequel to it, then definitely I will be getting the next one. So I think it's always going to be a part of, I suppose, my history with playing games. Tomb Raider has always been an icon, and that's probably what they celebrate as well. It says it even on the packaging. It's 20 years of an icon.
Yeah, I know. Which makes me and you probably feel old.
Oh, hell yeah.
We've been doing it for 20 years.
Oh my god, yeah. Ever since, number one, that makes me feel very old.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
In saying that, it's kind of cool to actually have grown up with the character and kind of seen her evolve as we've evolved as people, I suppose, if you want to get all sentimental like that.
Exactly.
But I think it's not I like where they're going.
Yeah, and you know what? It just keeps going because they're bringing out the movie soon. So
I'm curious to see what that will be like whenever that will get released. Though.
Yeah, look, I have absolutely no idea how it's going to go. Fingers crossed they do it justice, because I'm a bit over the Angelina Jolie ones.
I didn't mind them. They weren't that bad. They're a bit of a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, but I think they're going to get really down and dirty and gritty for the movie. Hopefully, like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it'll be a change in the tide for game movies.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's kind of due for a change of the tide.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, I'm yet to find. I mean, I love game films, and when it came to Tomb Raider. I thought that they were great. I loved Angelina Jolie as a casting choice, but I think, yeah, it needs to step up. I reckon it's good. It's a good time for games to actually transcend into screen.
Definitely.
So I would definitely be curious to see how that one turns out.
And what do you think about Camilla Luddington, the girl who plays the voice?
I like her.
Yeah, voice
I think
acting
she's
is pretty
good.
hey?
Yeah, her acting's pretty good. I would hate to be her in the studio though, having to do all her death sounds.
Yeah, I know. Some of them sound
Some of
so
her-
dodge.
Oh, I'm just like thinking. Last time I saw her was in Californication, and
Oh, really?
yeah, so I'm pretty. I
Right.
can just picture her doing a lot of her moaning and her groaning sounds when she's climbing onto rocks. You've had practice before, you know what you're doing.
I know her from Grey's Anatomy, and I had no idea she was British until I watched. I think
Yeah,
behind the
or me
scenes.
neither. No, wait, she was British in Californication, but
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't. Yeah, I mean, I think she's a good choice. I can't imagine her not doing it. Like it's always kind of like what I wanted Lara to sound like.
Yeah,
I think she
right.
sounded a bit too much like I don't know, like a British telephone porn star when she was in the first.
Yes, that's true.
In the
yeah.
first one, she had kind of that like deep husky.
The really skanky tone about her.
Yeah, a bit of a skanky tone when she was. It was just weird when you were with the butler as well, and you kind of.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh god. Remember the birthday suit cheat?
No, I never did that.
Oh really? Oh, I remember doing it. I used to
You
laugh.
could.
I know, right? That's just every young boy did that, like just to see.
I know. I think I was trying to find just the birthday suit cheap, but I just gave up.
Yeah, when you're like, oh, is that all?
Yeah, you just were expecting something mind blowing, but then it's just like, oh, it doesn't really look like what I would think it looked like.
Yeah, sign of the times, hey?
That's right. So speaking of the times, to wrap up, what would you say your favourite Tomb Raider game is today?
Or the first one of the reboot, was that just Tomb Raider? Was that what
Yeah, I
was
think it's
called?
just called Tomb Raider.
Yeah, no, that was really good because I was like, wow, this is where it's going to take a turn for me. Sort of.
Yeah, I really enjoyed playing through that as well. I thought that would probably be also on my list as a top for me.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the older games, my favourite would have to be Tomb Raider 2.
Yeah.
Before the rebooted version, just because I think it had, I don't know, I love the jet boating scenes in Italy when you would be like going through Venice and jumping speedboats.
That's right.
And crashing them.
And you had to pull the lever and then like use the speedboat to get under the door really quickly.
Yeah, and that was stressing. It actually made you stress playing those games.
Yes, I remember those ones very well.
So yeah, I think for the old ones was Tomb Raider 2, but definitely I think for the new and updated versions, I love this one, but I still have to say Tomb Raider for me was like my benchmark.
Yeah, it was definitely good.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed our review. Please, like, comment, and subscribe if you like the video, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
See you.